Sonny, I just thought I should explain something to you, which is why what you said about me having you said that I had mental illness and having mental illness, and I understood and I figured out the reason why you thought that. And the reason why you thought that was because I was not so much mentally ill, maybe I was, but my behavior was caused by what you said, but I was a victim of an illusion, which was that what you said to me caused me to actually become mentally ill. See? And actually, what I've realized now is that it's one thing in theory, like as a concept for how the universe works, that there's no this causing of that. But me, being a very people person, here's my mom. She's over here. Hi, Mama. Right. Me being a people person, I've always thought that the other person's behavior, see what she just said, this is why I put her on camera so you can see it, would cause my behavior, see, because she said don't shine on me, causing me to move the camera away from her to fulfill her wishes, yes? So that's a very powerful illusion, because everyone is under this spell, like a hypnotic magic spell, that the other person, think of someone who has an influence in your life, that person you're thinking of is causing your behavior, is the most powerful illusion. And it is completely an illusion because the way it works is that that through the brain picks up auditory sounds. The mind translates it into me reacting. So it seems like to try to be, to try to comply with people and to try to be a decent person, the thing that the other people are modifying the behavior somehow. They're causing the behavior. Sometimes it's even gotten to the point in my real mental illness that I said controlling the behavior, and I felt controlled, feeling controlled. Um, and so what I realized, you see, is that being aware of another person in the background doesn't have to make me respond to them, because this is going on by itself of its own energy. So we are free. We are free. And I know it seems, but you don't understand. You don't understand what a revelation is to me, having been in chains for many years with no one to be able to feel positively toward, because I thought they were all controlling me, so just walking around in a trance and a daze all the time. I don't get love from anybody, so just hug myself. And I started hugging myself because I had to give myself love. but but it's an illusion. Again, there is no this causing a that. So I'm going to just work through this because it might take me another couple months to really get it drilled into my skull, through my skull into my brain, that there is no, what I said is true. So, and we can test it with kinesiology. Can we do a kinesiology?
No.
Oh, okay. No kinesiology today. I wanted to do a kinesiology to test it. It can be tested with this regardless of whether or not there's someone not using kinesiology. You just test with that. So, whatever someone says, what I'm saying is the truth right now in this moment. This is got its own, it's got its own energy, and it does its own program. It does its own thing, regardless of someone talking to it. So you're talking to someone, you're a conversation, you think this person is putting thoughts in your head, and they're hypnotizing you, and you feel like you're like under a spell. Come on, everyone's had that experience. Feeling dominated by someone, at least, at the very least, or feeling like they weren't your, thoughts, or feeling like you're losing some kind of internal motivation. Everyone's had that experience, right? You ever had the experience where you felt like you were you, but as soon as you started talking to some really charismatic person, all of a sudden you were someone else? Yeah, everyone's had that experience. So, study Dr. David R. Hawkins. Google on YouTube. There is no this causing. YouTube on YouTube. YouTube, David R. Hawkins. There is no this causing of that. And instead of taking it to a cosmic principle in terms of how the universe works, which I did for years and kind of toyed with those notions, instead collapse the wave function into interpersonal. I'm collapsing the wave function into interpersonal relationships in terms with people. That there is no this causing of that in terms of behavioral and, in terms of social skill, social dynamics. So, so this is incredible. Thanks for bearing with me. And I don't need to wait for her response because I've already just seen the truth. So, Gloria and Excelsis deal. That means all glory be to thee, O Lord Most High. She thinks right now that she's under the spell, she's under the illusion that my behavior is causing her behavior because she's still in the cause and effect, the Newtonian paradigm. But that is not so, and she will break free of that because I'm no longer in it. So